Dating as a woman is not easier just because we get more matches and or more sex. I hear you and can relate. Dating is hard for men and women, in different ways. It's important to have compassion and empathy for each other's experiences. That's the only way we will get out of this polarized men versus women shit show that is propagated by social media. I think this all just speaks to the total inadequacy of online dating. Everyone is frustrated by it because it isn't built to actually help, it's built to keep you dating, and for the kids these days it's even harder because the younger you are, the less you know about the world without dating apps and the more accustomed you are to turning to apps to solve life's problems. Grateful to have spent my 20s just as OkCupid and Match were coming around, and understanding that they'll never be more than a supplement to meeting people IRL. You can, of course, find people on the apps, but this illusion of choice, or an idea that something meaningful is just within reach by playing a hot or not mobile game is really damaging to everyone's bygone need to hone social skills and build proper social circles. In short, get out in the world. Everyone meeting people under the pretense of dating is one of the most contrived ways to find love in this life. Love is a surprise, and dating apps go against just about everything that might create the conditions for it to appear. If you ask me, it's the difference between having some choices, even if they're mostly bad, and having no choices at all. It's difficult across the board really, but honestly I think the loneliness gets aggravated by having absolutely no contact with any women because, well, we're just not worth it. Yup. Current dating culture sucks for everyone. Odds someone would lose interest over ADHD. A funny thing is even the fuckboys I know lament the lack of real connection and loneliness. It's part of why I try to encourage what I consider respectful good practice here. If all you are looking for is a fuck, don't lie. It's terrible, unethical, and there are plenty of girls out there that want sex just as much as you. This applies to anything really. It's hard to relate, we're on different sides of the aisle, and as humans we naturally bias towards inflating the significance of our own problems and deflating the significance of others. On a more related note, you may not get an emotional stable relation with your dates and matches, but at least there is a chance with the people you meet. If a date is like a lottery ticket, you won't get a lot of sympathy from people that don't have a lot of tickets, or any at all. Even if the prize is fake and the game is rigged in the first place, people are emotional creatures and we do not feel that way. For the person who works hard to land dates, getting a date is a win, and from their perspective you are a winner, even if that win is only the first lap in competition that has no certain end. Women get lots of matches cause men are mostly on dating apps to look for what they struggle to find in the real world, sex. This makes them very unselective. I've personally seen many swiping literally everyone right. The result is they get only a few low-quality matches if they're lucky, who matched with several men and will probably ignore most of them. This makes those men even more thirsty and even willing to lie for sex. I'm sorry, I know many relationships were born on them, but I don't think dating apps were designed for it. They fit better the hookup finder role, also because the choices are just based on looks and nothing more. People looking for serious relationships should consult wedding agencies instead of dating apps, or take dating apps a lot less seriously, enjoy casual sex, and that would naturally bring them to something more, but not if they don't enjoy it. Edit. However, research shows dating apps affects negatively male more than female mental health. I guess the equivalent would be if a girl told a guy that she won't sleep with him until after he takes her on X number of dates, changes his FB status to in a relationship, and meets her family. Then he puts all this effort in, and on the night of consummation she ghosts him. I know in this example the guy puts on a lot more effort than if a woman just F's a guy on the third date, but I think the emotional result is the same. For girls, some giving ourselves is a bit more meaningful, and when the taker doesn't see it that way, it's quite emotionally draining. I've seen this saying a few times, Dating as a man is like dying of thirst in a desert, and dating as a woman is like dying of thirst while stuck on an ocean. Sure, there's water everywhere, but it's salty and gross and not safe to drink. This is because men here are not honest. I am just into FWB, and I am saying it out louder in my profile, as I feel like 90 of women desperately run for long-term and monogamous. It reduces my chances of dating by 90, but I don't want to make anyone suffer. People who lie on their intention are dishonest and cruel. Just because you've mentioned ADHD, to me it would be a huge turn on. A weirdo needs weirdos. I can't relate with neurotypicals. I am an Asperger, and I can say that if a girl is Asperger or at least autist or ADHD, there are chances we get along. No way. Because from weirdo to weirdo, no need to explain, we feel at ease. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Society needs to stigmatize these behaviors in men. It is wrong and adds walls for dating. Girls all around just have more opportunities. That doesn't mean that every guy they encountered is fit as a partner. The way dating works now makes me so sad. Women are used for their bodies, and the good men who actually wants to date properly never get matched with. I wish things would change.